Animal Kingdom may not have as many rides as Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, or EPCOT, but let's just say some of those rides are the best in all of Disney World. Hey everybody, it's Chris for AllEars TV and AllEars.net. Today, we're ranking the best rides in Animal Kingdom. This list comes from reviews posted on AllEars.net by our viewers. Coming in as your number 4 pick for the best rides in Animal Kingdom with a rating of 8.01, Dinosaur. This intense dark ride with thrills opened with the park in 1998 as Countdown to Extinction, but was renamed 2 years later as Dinosaur in an effort to promote the Disney computer animated film of the same name. Utilizing the same ride system as Indiana Jones Adventure in Disneyland, which opened 3 years earlier, your car not only moves through the sets, but also simulates extremely bumpy terrain, meaning it shakes and rocks and bounces you around more than just about any other ride in Disney World.
Shelly Henrietta says, super intense and scary, genuinely feared for my safety, but overall I thought it was pretty incredible. I was not expecting it to be as thrilling as it was, but I ended up being super impressed by it.
I've been riding Dinosaur since 1998, and recently I was in the park by myself. I passed it, it only had a 5-minute wait, so I decided to hop on, and for the first time in my life, I felt like a Disney ride was actually too intense for the mood I was in. And I can't believe I'm saying it, but I actually couldn't wait for the ride to be over. So, just a word of warning, you do want to be in the right headspace and be prepared for the fact that it shakes you around a lot.
I'll go wherever Dr. Grant Seeker tells me to go. For real, this is an amazing ride. I have so much fun every time I go on it, and the Carnotaurus still to this day terrifies me.
And terrifying is actually a word we can use to describe this ride for a lot of people, which is rare at Disney parks. What makes it a must for a lot of people are its elaborate sets and animatronic dinosaurs. You're getting the complete Disney experience here where Imagineering is concerned, and it's astounding how they can make us feel physically thrilled as they do on this ride without it being a roller coaster. Shelley Shelby said, "This is absolutely a must-do attraction that doesn't get the love it deserves. Take the trek to Dinoland USA and give Dinosaur a chance. You're guaranteed to have a smile plastered across your face by the end of the ride. Movements are unexpected and exciting, plus the dinosaurs are cool and the atmosphere of the entrance and queue is practically an attraction in itself." The Dino Institute queue is definitely elaborate and an enjoyable way to pass the time in line. You get to see real fossils and learn about the Cretaceous period while you wait. Now keep in mind, not everyone in your party is going to enjoy this ride. This is as thrilling as it gets in Disney parks with very jarring vehicle movements, sections of complete darkness, jump scares, and pretty loud sound effects throughout. Even those who don't normally experience motion sickness might get a little queasy on this one. All that being said, this ride makes for an exciting thrill option in the Animal Kingdom landscape, and it has its very true die-hard fans.
I think Dinosaur is the Disney World ride that I'd most like to ride just over and over and over again. Like if you told me I had to ride the same ride all day, it'd be Dinosaur because it's funny and it's scary and there's a lot going on and Dr. Grant Seeker is there. It's perfect in my book.
And we know of at least one other fanatic for Dinosaur because he even named himself after a prop in the pre-show film. Dr. Seeker's Dino Puppet said, "Come on guys, this is the best. The pterodactyl swooping at your head, the Carnotaurus lunging for you, the Alioramus eating the other dino. It's scary and exhilarating and awesome. A must-do." The pros. If you love a visceral attack on the senses, you will be more than satisfied on this wild ride. Dino lovers and dark ride aficionados will get a kick out of the elaborate sets, dramatic lighting, and awesome animatronics, all in a vehicle that seems to have a mind of its own. In a park where 2 of the rides can see wait times of up to 2 hours regularly, this one ranges from almost no wait to topping out at still under an hour. The cons. Hang on, it's gonna be a bumpy ride. And while those bumps make this ride a fan favorite, you need to take heed of the health warnings. That high-pitched sound effect that happens when the pterodactyl is looming above you is pretty unnerving. Then again, that Carnotaurus is pretty loud too. There are sections of total darkness that may wreak emotional havoc on your younger ones, and it can get a little unnerving for those first-time adult riders. Your number 3 pick for the best ride in Animal Kingdom, with a rating of 9.45 is Avatar: Flight of Passage. This is the newest ride in Animal Kingdom, and it was a huge deal when it opened in 2017. To this day, you will find the consistently longest lines in Disney World on this one, sometimes upwards of 2 hours, even years after the ride opened. And like some of the best queues in Disney World, this one has lots of elements to keep your senses challenged during the long wait. Once you're finally loaded on the ride, you get a similar experience to Soarin' around the world over at EPCOT, but with even more immersion between the addition of 3D technology and more movement in both the film and the ride vehicle.
A.M. Gaines said, "This ride is amazing. I don't think I can overhype it. I'm not really a big fan of the movie, and I still love this ride. Everyone in our family loved this, including our 6-year-old.
This is an incredible ride, and the only thing that keeps me from riding it over and over again is the long wait times, because I can't get enough of this ride or Soarin'.
It's Soarin', but over Pandora and on the back of a Banshee, aka all the coolest parts of Avatar in a ride. So if you're a big fan of the movie like I am, you'll definitely love seeing the landscape come to life.
As someone who has about 0 attachment to the world of Avatar, this ride's still absolutely incredible. It completely immerses you in the world, and it is so thrilling. Also, can I start a formal petition for Disney to make a candle that is based entirely on the bioluminescent cave? Because it smells so good.
Ah, yes, the smells in Disney rides never get old. Now, while the lines for this ride and for its sister attraction Navi River Journey next door are consistently the longest in Animal Kingdom, the latter ended up on your worst rides in Animal Kingdom list. There are only 7 rides in all of Animal Kingdom compared to Magic Kingdom's 20 rides that distributes wait times more evenly throughout the park. So you may find yourself waiting in longer lines in Animal Kingdom than in some of the other Disney World parks. Molly did a great video we'll link for you about getting the most out of your Animal Kingdom day that I highly recommend you check out. Your reviews rave about the immersion and technology used on this ride. Harry Potter mega fans said, "This ride is as if you were thrown into the movie Avatar. It really does feel like you're riding on a Banshee. Disney Imagineers really outdid themselves this time. The technology is next level and the Banshees even breathe. Amazing experience and overall theming is top notch." And even the queue is themed to perfection. Ashbake330 said, "Ride queue is very immersive. Love seeing the waterfall outside. Like that there is a bathroom inside the queue, especially during long waits."
The quality of the technology on Flight of Passage is what really gets me. I'm a huge tech geek, so it really wows me, the quality of the 3D. Plus, I'm always down to look at a giant screen and smell some smells.
The pros. This ride took the best parts of Soarin' and plussed them to the extreme. Imagineers struck an impressive balance of thrills and euphoria with this one. Theme park enthusiasts will get a kick out of this brand new way to ride that can only be experienced on this attraction. The cons. The ride vehicles require the same physicality as mounting a motorcycle and won't accommodate guests of all sizes. There is a test seat out front, so if you have any doubts, definitely check it out before waiting in an extremely long line. This ride consistently has the longest wait times by leaps and bounds. We heard from some of you that the 3D glasses on this ride may need some adjusting. While one size fits all, you have to place them just right in order to avoid distortion of the image. Coming in as your number 2 pick for the best ride in Animal Kingdom with a rating of 9.51, Kilimanjaro Safaris. This is considered Animal Kingdom's flagship attraction as it truly represents the essence of the park. a driving tour of the 100-acre Imagineer-made African savanna. This 20-minute-plus attraction takes you on a tour of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve as you spot real African animals such as elephants, lions, giraffes, rhinos, gazelle, crocodiles. And with no height requirement, this is a ride the whole family can enjoy together.
Savannah HP says, a DAC classic and a must-do on every trip. I would either go first when the park opens or in the late afternoon before the sun sets after it cools off a bit. The animals will be more active and you will get a lot more out of the safari. Also, go on it more than once. You will see different animals every time. I love the variety that this ride offers. You can tell the animals are really well taken care of. It speaks volumes to the Disney vet staff and keeping all these animals happy and healthy.
I ride the safari any chance I get because it's different every time. And my favorite fun fact is that the lions you see were actually used as models for the CGI lions in Disney's live-action remake of The Lion King.
Going on this ride makes you feel like you have stepped out of a theme park entirely. The cast members, I love hearing their fun facts about the animals, and it's just so incredible to see these animals so close in person. If you do ever get the chance, I recommend going on after it rains because the animals are especially active.
The wait times for this ride can get long and the entire queue is outdoors, so you won't be enjoying any air conditioning on those super hot Orlando days. Once you board, it is 20 or more minutes long, so you get a lot of experience for your wait, but be prepared for this to take up a good chunk of your day between the line and the actual ride time.
I've actually had kind of bad luck seeing the animals on this ride, which is kind of a bummer, but mainly I'm happy that Disney lets them be free and do what they want to do. But it's been my experience you can usually count on the ostriches to be there, and ostriches are cool.
Thrill seekers might not think this is the most exciting ride, but it does have an off-road feel that adds to the fun of spotting animals. Carly Marie 33 said, the animals are super close and you can be on longer than anticipated because an animal might walk across the road. Only downside are the wait times if there are no fast passes are lengthy, but I think it's worth it. And TGA 1828 definitely thinks it's worth it too, saying, this is of course a must-do at Animal Kingdom. Lots of close encounter animal experiences. Kids will love this ride.
Wow, every single attraction you say reminds me about how good the rides at Animal Kingdom are. This is another one that I actually think that I could ride literally all day and consider my money well spent. I'm not convinced there's a better manufactured animal experience anywhere.
The pros. Disney is known for its robotic animals, but you're going to get the real thing in impressive recreations of their natural habitats. You get to ride in yet another really cool exclusive ride vehicle. Because this ride relies on real animals and their daily choices of where to spend their time, you will get a different experience each time you ride this. The cons? The same thing that creates a unique experience every time you ride can also lead to disappointment. If your favorite animals are chilling somewhere backstage, you may be disappointed by how few animals you see on your particular ride. The lines for this ride get very long, and the queues and the ride are completely outdoors, so it can get very hot with zero relief. This ride is designed to make you feel like you're on an off-road adventure, so beware if you have back problems or motion sickness. And your pick for the #1 best ride in Animal Kingdom with a rating of 9.70, Expedition Everest. This truly thrilling roller coaster has one of the most detailed backstories and queues of any Disney World attraction, taking guests on a perilous journey aboard a runaway train through the Himalayan mountains and deep into the lair of a Yeti, the guardian of the Forbidden Mountain. This $100 million story coaster gets scary when you hit a dead end and realize its track has been ripped up by the Yeti, sending you on a high-speed race back down the mountain backwards.
Jenny Liz said, I absolutely love this ride. Definitely meant for thrill seekers. I love going backwards and seeing the Yeti was fun. It also has great theming throughout the queue. The line was long, but I felt it moved quickly.
Everest is hands down one of my favorite rides in all of Walt Disney World. It has a face-to-face encounter with a Yeti. It has so many thrills, incredible theming. Every single time you go on it is such a thrill. I will say if you have little ones, it is pretty intense. Definitely more intense than something like Big Thunder Mountain. So that is something to keep in mind if you are going to be going on this with a younger child.
That's a great point. This is an intense coaster with sections in total darkness, a part where it goes backwards so you can't see where you're going, and an 80-foot drop that totally dwarfs Splash Mountain's drop of 49 feet. Even among those in your travel party who meet the 44-inch requirement, you'll want to have a conversation to make sure that they're okay with everything that's about to happen.
When they started doing single rider on this ride, I felt like it made a spectacular ride even better. Even when I go with a group of friends, we still split up and do single rider because it's been my experience we've saved an enormous amount of time by doing that, and it even allows us to ride it several times in one day.
As of the making of this video, the single rider line is not being offered, but we look forward to it returning soon. Your reviews for this ride could not be more glowing. Sarah D said, "The best roller coaster at Disney World." While Disney Alyssa added, "So much fun, love how it goes backwards."
Do we even need to explain why Expedition Everest is #1? It has it all. Quick moving line, thrilling drops, great views of Animal Kingdom, and a Yeti.
I actually did get to ride Expedition Everest in the very brief time that the Yeti was working, and I still remember how scary it was when he reached out at you because it felt like the whole building was just gonna collapse on top of you. Now, when I see the Disco Yeti, it makes me really nostalgic for those few rides that I got with the working Yeti, but the rest of the coaster is so amazing that I can kind of let it slide.
Disco Yeti is the name affectionately given to the Yeti animatronic who has been inanimate since 2008. Yep, he only worked for 2 years. They call him Disco Yeti because a strobe light effect was added to create the illusion of some movement, but it kind of feels like a dance club in that section. Check out our Expedition Everest ride video for a great in-depth look and discussion about this attraction. The pros. This is a great, thrilling, exhilarating, insert your favorite adjectives and expletives here, roller coaster with a huge hill and awesome backwards ride section. The queue is fantastic and the ride itself is so beautifully designed, it almost makes up for Disco Yeti. We love when a dark ride and roller coaster combine to tell us a story. The cons. If you're not a roller coaster fan, this one will be no different. If you're afraid of the dark or have sensitivity to strobe lights, you may want to avoid this ride. You plunge 80 feet compared to Splash Mountain's 49 feet. Just because they don't make as big a deal about the drop on this one doesn't mean it isn't there. So what do you think of this list? Did your favorite ride in Animal Kingdom make it? Did you rank high? Or did you feel like your fellow viewers let you down? Head over to AllEars.net and leave your reviews for everything Disney Parks related. Hotels, restaurants, rides, and more. You have the power to change this list right now by leaving your own review. And who knows, your opinion may be included in a future episode. If you like this video, please go ahead and click that thumbs up. Be sure to stay tuned to AllEars TV and AllEars.net for more Disney news. Follow us on Instagram at AllEars.net. New to the channel? Check out our other AllEars videos right here, and please subscribe to AllEars.net. You clang that little notification bell and you immediately get notified when we post a new video. This is Chris for AllEars TV. See you next time.